Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm super excited to go into a deep dive of some new Trailmakers content coming up in the future. There is the 1.7 update, which is scheduled for release in November, and as you can see, it is pretty much changing the game entirely. So I've got a teaser trailer to look at, and also 4 minutes of just gameplay footage. So before we get too far into this just gameplay footage, we're gonna really like analyze every little detail that we can here to fully understand what to expect coming up. But let's take a look at the actual 30-second trailer itself, which if you want to deep dive into that yourself, you can go to the Flashbulb YouTube channel, and I think it's on there right now. All right, so here we go. You can clearly see we're starting off in some interior space cave system with glowing rocks and tunnels. And awesome looking spaceship, by the way. Looks like we have a cockpit view here. We're coming out of the planet, out of a tunnel from the middle of a planet, and out into space. 1.7 SPACEBOUND update coming in November 23. So like I said, super short teaser trailer, but let's see what we can see here first. So I'm assuming this is gonna be like a spawn point or something. So, oh, by the way, this is all free. This is not a paid DLC or anything. This is a free update that's gonna have a bunch of new planets, a whole space sandbox, and a bunch of new parts and weapons and blocks and other things that I'm probably not thinking of. Ooh, you see what I see over here? This looks like there is a cave on the side of this planet. Also, the planets seem to be partial spheres. They're not completely flat, but they're not completely round either. So I think there is going to be a sense of up and down despite being in space. There's a top of the planet. We have a new engine here, but you can clearly see Trailmakers, keeping to the name. We have a trail coming out, new type of trail to make with this space engine. And let's go ahead and hop over to the gameplay footage and see what else we can find. Okay, so one of the first things I noticed at the beginning of this gameplay footage is look down in the bottom left here. You can see we have an atmosphere and a gravity gauge. So I think there's going to be a variation between, you know, in 0G in space, there is no atmosphere. And what that means is you're gonna have no air resistance. So if you're building a plane that uses fins for pitch and roll and all that stuff, that will not work without an atmosphere. However, it appears that this space map isn't gonna be 100% no atmosphere. It looks like there are gonna be 6 different, according to the information I have, 6 different moons with different gravity and different atmosphere ratings. Now watch carefully right here. You can see we're at 0.36 G, and it's slowly going down as we get away from the planet, down to 0 G, and the atmosphere has now disappeared as well. So I think we are in a zero drag environment now, where we could potentially go as fast as the game will. I don't know how fast the game's gonna let us go. If you keep adding thrust though, we should keep going faster without any drag, right? So now you can get a really good look at this new space engine. Looks really cool, really nice trail. I wonder if we can ever change the colors of the trails. That'd be kind of a cool aesthetic thing to add in. We also have new weapons you can see on the side here. I think there's a better shot of these weapons near the beginning. Hold on, let me see here. Oh, by the way, land vehicle too. Look at that. Oh, another thing. There's so many things to point out. The reticles. Aiming reticles are different. I don't know if you guys noticed that when I first started playing this. But yeah, new aiming reticles instead of those big giant circles. And yeah, check out these guns. I think these are like, these must be space-themed laser guns, I'm assuming. They don't fire in this footage at all. There you go. There's a nice shot of it right there. Yeah, look at that shot. So this looks very similar to the smart cannon, but probably just, you know, for space. I wonder if the smart cannons are going to work in space. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? This is actually, I've looked at the footage a little bit just to see what kind of things I could talk about, but this is my first time seeing this. That looks like, you know what? That might be another new weapon. Because another thing I noticed about this, once we get around to the front view here, look at the aiming reticles. There's a new aiming reticle. I mean, we had these ones on the land vehicle, but this is a separate aiming reticle. And this is more centered. You see these two on the sides? I think those correspond to these green cannons here. And then this middle one must be whatever this is. All right, so now as we go up here, you can see we've got a yellow looking planet there. We've got a red looking planet here, and then a blue looking planet here. And just in case you were wondering, I am pretty sure that this is purely sandbox based. Like there's no like missions. It's not like a new campaign mode. It's just a new sandbox map that is free for everybody. And we also have this asteroid field that we went through over here. So space battles and asteroid fields, using the asteroids for cover and stuff like that is going to be really interesting. Or accidentally flying into the asteroids is also going to be interesting. By the looks of it, I don't think these asteroids have a gravitational pull, which is fine. That's cool. But it would actually be really interesting to create. I'm actually really surprised that doesn't just hit, like, completely demolish this thing. That looked like it was going to be a hard hit, but maybe it was just the right angle. This is going to open up so much as far as the types of creations and builds that we can make now, because we've never had this kind of thing. Like, imagine, like, I'm sure some people are going to make a creation that can automatically land on an asteroid, like, without any input, just like people make the Falcon auto landing rockets. Imagine doing that with an asteroid now. All right, so there seems to be two different types of asteroid fields. There's these static asteroid fields where they're just kind of slowly moving and like rotating above their own axis. But then there's this asteroid field, which all of the asteroids seem to be orbiting around a central asteroid. And it looks like we're about to head there next. I'm curious what these different planets are all about though. Also, this is peaceful mode, I'm pretty sure. I think there was indications of space pirates being involved too. So I think you can enable actually having other enemies in this, which I think will be really cool. So you can actually have space battles by yourself rather than always having to have other people or join public servers. Being able to just, you know, fine tune your crafts for combat against AI would be actually really nice. I was curious about this. You can see all of these asteroids seem to be orbiting around a central asteroid, but there is no gravity here for the spaceship. So the asteroids seem to have their own type of gravity. I was expecting that there might be some type of gravity once you get into this area because there seems to be an orbit or a gravitational pull. Look really, really closely, pause, rewind, do whatever you want. Let me know if you see anything that I missed, because I'm pretty sure this is a new decal here, and I really like that decal. We're definitely getting a new cockpit, the spaceship cockpit, so that looks like that's what we're looking at right here. There is so much detail in this build though. This is a build by Metalburger apparently. Oh, I saw something. Okay, all right, here's something else. Look over here. This is the story mode spaceship that we see in the initial campaign and on the high seas map. This is one of the spawn points. I wonder if you're gonna be able to spawn here and be able to spawn in 0G, because that's what I was just thinking. I'm sure each planet has its own spawn point, but if your goal is to just build a 0G craft that relies on no drag, then it would be nice to have a spawn point out in space where you're just starting with 0G and no atmosphere. I'm gonna place I'm gonna bet that this is gonna be a spawn point over here. And also this, it's really hard to see very closely, but this doesn't look like a normal asteroid. This looks like it might be a little bit closer than that ship. It's really hard to tell. But it looks like it's at the same distance as that ship, but that looks like either a small planet with a ring or like a satellite or something. I really want to see what that is. Yeah, I wonder here, as we get closer over here, I wonder if the camera is going to pan up from this closer perspective. Now, oh no, it doesn't look like it looks up in that direction. All right, yeah, this is the only view I can see of this, at least where it's slightly readable on what this might be. But yeah, definitely the intro campaign spaceship, and this, I think, is probably a man-made object. It's hard to tell, though. It's just like it's a different color than all of the other rocks, you know? All the other rocks are a very dark color. This one's kind of like a light gray, as if it's like a metallic metal color. So actually, now I'm just looking at the beginning again. It looks like this has miniguns on it, and it is called Rover, so I'm assuming that the normal guns also work in space. I don't really know why they wouldn't. But I'm wondering, so this moon is like 0.3 something. That's kind of like, I think, similar to our actual moon gravity. Or maybe that's similar to Mars gravity, isn't it? But I wonder if there's going to be a planet that has more than 1G. That actually might be kind of interesting. Also, you know, one of the first things I'm going to want to do is create something that is really, really fast and then fly directly in the direction of the sun just to see what happens. I'm probably just going to reach the edge of the map, and I think the sun is probably not an actual physical object, but it's the brightest thing in the sky, so I'm going to go over there and see what happens. Oh, another thing I'm noticing, I don't know if these thrusters... Well, these are new thrusters as well. At first, I thought these were just your normal Dragon jet engines, but then I realized there's no smoke trail coming off of these. So now that I have a closer look... Oh, hey, get back here. Yeah, you can clearly see these are different. These are like the space version of the Dragon jet engines, and this must be the space version of the large jet engine. All right, that's pretty cool. There's going to be such amazing looking builds in the workshop for this. Like, you guys' best builds are going to get so much better. People are going to have to start designating whether or not their build is, what map their build is meant for, because if I spawn a space build into a non-space map, then we're gonna have some problems. All right, so what I'm curious about for you guys is what do you imagine, what kind of videos do you want to see in this new map? This is gonna open up so many possibilities for multiplayer challenges, just single player build ideas or concepts to play around with, myth busting things if you want to test out how stuff works. Like, what would you want to see on the channel in this map? I mean, there's already just so many ideas already flooding in, especially with multiplayer and combat based stuff. And I just gotta see, we gotta see what the gravity and the atmosphere is like on the other planets, because each individual planet could possibly have its own set of challenges to explore with. So I'm super excited for this free content update and to explore around with it. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What's your favorite part that you're looking forward to most with what you've seen so far? And if you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more stuff that you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.